He lost his fiancée, his best friend, and now his entire reputation, and that was only the beginning of the most disturbing week in internet history. If you think the current state of social media is messy, you have no idea what just happened behind the scenes. We are witnessing the absolute collapse of the creator economy as we know it. From a creator-on-creator war that pushed someone to the literal edge to a massive billion-dollar fraud investigation that's exposing your favorite influencers as literal AI deepfakes, and finally, the legal nuclear option that just found Meta and YouTube liable for engineering addiction in our brains. The receipts are finally out, the leaked documents are disgusting, and today, we're diving into the digital reckoning of 2026. The War of the Creators. Let's start with the story that has been trending across every corner of X and YouTube this week, the nuclear war between Jacob Chibi reviews and the Roblox vigilante known as Schlep. This isn't just another petty commentary beef, it is a case study in how personal trauma is being weaponized for clicks in 2026. This drama exploded in early April when Schlep, a YouTuber who built a massive following by catching offenders on Roblox, launched a series of scorched earth posts on X. Schlep explicitly linked the consumption of sexualized animated imagery, specifically the lolicon genre, to real-world harmful behavior, stating, "This content is unacceptable. If you gratify yourself with sexualized images of animated children, you're a predator." Jacob Chibi Reviews, a veteran in the anime space, tried to fire back with a video titled, "This genre is weird and need to be jailed," attempting to draw a distinction between fictional representation and real-world criminal acts. Jacob argued that Schlep, despite his history as a survivor, failed to understand the difference between fiction and reality and was acting in bad faith to label everyone an offender. But Schlep didn't want a debate about fiction, he wanted to end Jacob's career. Unforgivable, Schlep brought up Jacob's most private and painful moment. Back in February 2026, Jacob posted a video that left everyone stunned titled, "I lost everything." In that video, he revealed a betrayal that sounds like a movie script. On February 11th, he discovered his fiancée of several years was having an affair with his best friend of 10 years, someone he called a brother. Jacob described a total mental breakdown where he actually drank alcohol and drove to a lake with the intention of ending his life, only to be saved at the last second when fellow streamers Nicholas Light and Tectone called the police. Instead of showing empathy, Schlep posted on X, "No wonder your fiancé cheated on you?" This comment turned a philosophical debate into a bloodbath. Jacob's sharp rebuttal was simple: he won't debate with someone who resorts to slander instead of points. The Roblox takedown, but here's the twist that makes it even more shocking. While Schlep was attacking Jacob, Roblox was busy nuking Schlep. On August 9th, 2025, Roblox issued a massive cease-and-desist and permanently IP banned Schlep, claiming his vigilante tactics were actually endangering children and interfering with police work. Schlep's supporters, organized under the Free Schlep hashtag, are screaming that he's a whistleblower who caught 6 real-life offenders that Roblox ignored, but the corporation claims he's a liability. And now, with a Chris Hansen documentary titled "Dangerous Games," investigating Roblox releasing on True Blue, the spotlight is on how Roblox, a platform worth billions, actually treats the people who try to keep it safe. The authenticity audit, but while these two were fighting, a much bigger scandal was bubbling under the surface of the lifestyle community. This is what insiders are calling the authenticity audit crisis. If you've noticed your favorite lifestyle influencers looking a little too perfect lately, you were right to be suspicious. In early 2026, it was revealed that a huge group of mid-tier creators have been using the AI baddie method to fake their entire lives. We're talking about high-resolution, luxury vacations, high-end shopping sprees, and exclusive event photos that were entirely generated by ChatGPT and AI image prompts. Guides have been circulating from creators like Amber Lee and Isla J, teaching people how to generate black girl luxury and lifestyle photography to trick luxury brands into paying for sponsorships. The scale of this digital fraud is staggering. A joint study by Cantor and IZEA found that influencer fraud has reached a global loss of $4.8 billion in 2026 alone. For the first time ever, AI synthetic fraud using fully fabricated personas has become the costliest type of fraud, costing brands $2.1 $500 million. Brands are now suing creators for synthetic engagement, and the FTC and UK Financial Conduct Authority have launched investigations into over 2,340 creators for undisclosed AI content. This has led to the rise of what people are calling the dead internet theory, the idea that most of what we see on our feeds isn't even human. The shift to ultra-human, the industry is now seeing the rise of silent watchers, the millions of users who consume content without liking or commenting, but who are nonetheless influenced by the narrative. In response, countries like Australia have already passed the Digital Creator Identity Protection Act, which forces every monetized account to have a verified human badge to curb the 58% spike in influencer impersonation. People are tired of being AI baited. This has created a massive shift toward ultra-human content. The creators who are surviving in 2026 are the ones who are willing to be messy, raw, and unedited, while the perfect influencers are losing millions of subscribers in what's being called the subscriber Great Depression. The legal nuclear option, but the biggest news. The story that is literally going to change how you use your phone forever happened on March 25th, 2026. A Los Angeles jury delivered a historic verdict that is being compared to the lawsuits against Big Tobacco in the 90s. In the case of Kylie GM versus Meta and YouTube, a jury found that the design of these platforms was a substantial factor in causing mental health injuries to minors. This wasn't about the content Kylie saw, it was about the design of the apps. Her lawyers, led by Mark Lanier, argued that features like the infinite scroll and autoplay were engineered to be addictive brain hacks. Kylie testified that she started watching YouTube at age 6 and joined Instagram at 9, eventually spending 16 hours a day scrolling. The jury voted 10-2 in her favor, awarding $6 million in damages, half of which were punitive damages because the jury found the companies acted with malice, oppression, or fraud. Project Mercury exposed, but the real smoking gun came from the leaked internal documents unsealed during the trial. One of the most damning revelations was Project Mercury, a secret internal study from 2019 where Meta had users deactivate Facebook for a week. The results showed a causal link between stopping app use and a massive improvement in well-being, including less depression, anxiety, and loneliness. Instead of fixing the problem, Meta allegedly buried the research because they feared a media narrative that might taint the results. The leaked emails are even worse. One 2020 exchange between Meta employees literally said, "Oh my gosh, y'all, IG is a drug," to which a colleague replied, "LOL, I mean all social media. We're basically pushers." This pusher mentality is exactly why a New Mexico jury just slapped Meta with an additional $375 million penalty for child safety failures. The state attorney general, Raul Torres, proved that Meta's algorithms were recommending bad actors to children and vice versa in a system they dubbed Operation Meta Safety. Internal documents unsealed in this case revealed that Meta estimated roughly 100,000 children on its platforms experienced online harassment each day. The jury awarded the maximum penalty of $5,000 per violation, totaling $187,500,000 for unfair practices and $187,500,000 for unconscionable acts. The retention trap, the industry is now facing what experts call the retention trap. These platforms are so desperate for engagement that they can't turn off the addictive features without their stock prices crashing, even though they know it's breaking the brains of Gen Alpha. HR experts are even pointing out a parallel in corporate culture, where employees stay at these firms not because they want to, but because they feel they have to, leading to a death sentence for innovation. This is why you're seeing your favorite creators pivot to things like Facebook. Meta is reportedly pouring billions into creator fast-track programs, essentially paying guaranteed payouts of up to $3,000 a month just to keep creators on the platform and maintain a sense of normalcy while their legal defenses crumble. The digital reckoning, this is the end of the algorithm. We are moving toward a two-tiered internet, one layer of verified human spaces and a second layer of synthetic noise. The European Commission's proposed Digital Fairness Act, expected late in 2026, aims to codify anti-addictive design principles that could disable notifications and likes by default and replace infinite scroll with pagination. The era of tech giants being invincible is officially over. They can debate the clinical definition of addiction all they want, but as one lawyer put it, if you grab them by the pocketbook, their hearts and minds will follow. So, where do we go from here? We are living through a Digital reckoning. The human cost of our attention, the broken relationships of people like Jacob Chibi, the exploited victims on Roblox, and the millions of teens struggling with engineered addiction has finally become too high to ignore. We are moving into a future where authenticity isn't just a buzzword, it's a legal requirement. The Wild West era of social media is closing, replaced by a regime of safety by design and rigorous oversight. The internet was built to connect us, but we're finally realizing that we have to protect our humanity from the very tools we created. What do you think about all of this? Was Roblox right to ban a creator who was catching offenders, or are they just protecting their own reputation? And after hearing about the pusher's emails, are you planning on taking your own Project Mercury break from social media? I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're Team Schlep or Team Roblox, let me know, because the algorithm is definitely going to be watching this one. If you want to stay updated on the receipts and the fallout of the big tech trials, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. This is only the beginning of the 2026 reckoning, and you don't want to miss what comes next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next deep dive.